right, we're back, and I promised you that we would be back with dogs. Actually, we're back with one dog and one cat.
That's good.
Let me introduce my guest today, Janelle in Community Resources. I think we all know. Hi, Janelle. And
Hi,
I see you brought your white beast here, whom we'll introduce shortly.
Okay.
Janet Reif has brought her lovely Sheltie, Ben, and this is Ben. So we're just so pleased to have all of you, all four of you. Now, Janelle, shall we begin with you? We're talking today about the Fairfax County Shelter.
Yes.
And you are going to speak to that.
Yes.
And you're both then going to be talking about the kinds of donations that would be helpful to the shelter.
Yes.
All right, and I can see that you're a cat person.
Well, first I have to say that this I'm borrowing from a resident. She's letting me babysit Fluffy because my cat, and I have to show her, Addie, cannot make it today because she prefers our house. But I'm a cat person and Janet here's a dog person, but we both love both animals. And we are working with Dogs of Green Spring to help collect donations from Green Spring residents for the Fairfax County Animal Shelter. And this will occur next week. You will see an easel out in each lobby starting tomorrow that will list the dates and times as well as the supplies that they're asking for. So I will just say that it will start on Tuesday the 24th. The first collection will be in the Town Center lobby from 11 to 1. All of the days, 11 to 1. And
Janelle, will somebody be sitting there accepting the donations? Is that the way it works?
yes.
All
A
right.
basket, I think, right?
Yes.
We'll have a basket.
All right.
Adrian Cannon, who is the leader of the dogs group, she will have volunteers in the lobby with the shopping cart or whatever else we need depending on how much donations we get. We're going to collect them and then ultimately deliver them, or the shelter is going to come and pick them up when the event is over. So it goes Tuesday the 24th in Town Center, Wednesday the 25th in Village Square, and Thursday the 26th at Hunter's Crossing, and all days are 11 to 1. And we are giving residents plenty of time to let them know what's happening, and we are going to talk about the list of things that the shelter is looking for.
All right. Excellent.
Okay. So we have our show and tells. Do you want to start with those?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Your show and tell
okay.
would be very appropriate.
Okay.
Okay, so this is so important. Poop bags. That is something
Could
they
I
want.
ask, do they also accept things like, grocery bags?
Well, yeah, you could. I mean, yeah, or like newspaper bags. But if people save those things,
Right.
But you don't get your newspaper in them here. But anyway,
Right.
And these are available at the dollar store if you want the best buy.
Ah.
So,
All right.
one thing. This is another called a Kong toy. They have these at all of the pet stores. And how this works, if you're not a dog owner, is you put treats inside it. You can put peanut butter and Cheerios and so on, and the dog loves getting it out with his tongue, and he will just work it for a long time. So they need these at the dog shelter, and
Janet,
they're
let
available.
me ask you, can we donate used Kongs, used things?
That's a good question. I don't see why not, but I'm not entirely
No,
sure.
I don't
not.
see why not either. They wouldn't be in
Sure.
a package, but
Sure.
they're still usable.
I don't see why
as
not.
long as they're clean.
Exactly, and yes, people
Okay.
might have things that their dog doesn't
Exactly.
use. So
Does-
good.
You buy those things and sometimes the dog doesn't like them.
Exactly. That's a good point. I don't see why not.
Okay.
Ziploc bags, either the quart or the gallon size, are needed. And why don't you do a couple of yours, and then I'll show.
Okay. For mine, they are saying that we all have this at home, donate creamy, not crunchy, emphasis not crunchy, creamy peanut butter for the dogs. Apparently that's good. Also, we all can assume we know what this is for, Lysol cleaning wipes. If you have any of these around, they're collecting these. And also, there's a brand called Zooks, which is an all-natural treat. And as you can see, Ben here is
Immediately
smelling
knew.
it already.
Right.
So they listed this bite-sized dog treats to give the animals at the shelter. Now, you probably could give other treats. I would not discourage people from giving other unopened treats, and maybe the shelter could just cull through what they'll take and what they won't take. But this was on the list, so these are actually things that I'm going to donate. I bought for the dogs. And I just also wanted to mention that the shelter, in case anybody is interested, is located on West Ox Road,
Come here, darling.
kind of near Fair Oaks Mall.
What is it?
They're open every day except for, I believe, Sundays and Mondays. And people can volunteer there. It's a great place to just go visit.
How many animals do they have?
It varies. I'm not sure right now, but they mostly take dogs and cats and some small animals such as rabbits. Interestingly enough, I didn't know this, but there's no rules about stray cats. For example, you can't have dogs in Fairfax County unleashed.
Right.
But if you see stray cats out, apparently the county is saying that they don't take them off the street because you can't assume that the mother's not nearby. So the rules are different in Fairfax County for dogs versus cats. So they will take, like a lot of the animals, I was reading the profiles of the animals up for adoption, which you can find on the website, fairfaxcountysheltered.gov. Adorable dogs and cats up for adoption. A lot of them had families before and for a variety of reasons had to be given away, which breaks my heart. So if anybody's looking to adopt, they have a full list of dogs and cats up for adoption right now on their website.
Oh, they do? Pictures too?
Yes, and they're really cute.
I know. I went on website. It lasted about a week. When I saw the pictures, that was it. I think the other thing that all of us have experienced adopting dogs when we're living here is that the older dogs really are tremendously appropriate, I think, for a place like this and for our population.
Yeah.
They're a little more calm.
Puppies are just really not a very good idea. But so many of the dogs that one can adopt are older dogs. And for older residents, I think that makes sense.
And since I've been here, the bond that I see, I did the pet parade a few months back, the bond that I see between the residents and their dogs and cats is an unbreakable, amazing bond, and the love is interchangeable. I mean, it's just such a valuable thing to have. And this is a great place because they allow pets here. So.
It certainly is. I couldn't agree with you more.
Could I say something about the dog parade?
Yes.
That was something that the Dogs of Green Spring did before our organization, but it had become a pretty big deal for the residents to manage. So Janelle, we were so grateful when she arrived on the scene and said she would take over managing it, and we helped, of course, but that was a really big thing for us.
I didn't realize Community Resources had done that.
Yeah.
Yes, that had become
That was
a
very
huge
important.
burden on
It had.
residents, truthfully.
Well, we had some people that were so dedicated and had put in so much time, but nobody could follow that act. As a resident, nobody was able to do that. So it was good to turn it over to staff. I have a couple more things. Paper towels, of course, which is obvious. But one other thing, old towels. It's a good time to get some new towels.
Oh.
If you have some old towels that are starting to look kind of tacky. I had some from my son's apartment, actually, that were frayed, and they said they didn't want anything that was fraying. So I cut off the fraying and had a friend of mine stitch it up. So get yourself some new towels. Put
There
your
you
old
go.
ones in the
What about
in the
blankets?
deliver. It says no blankets.
No blankets.
And I'm not sure
Yeah.
why, but that's
All
what
right.
it says.
All right.
I wanted to add one other thing to the little treats. They have to be tiny ones. So small or bite size. So this I'll demonstrate with Ben here. These are the kind of treats that I use for him. I forget the brand. But you want to sit, Ben? Good. Now you want to show me your paw? Oh, what a good boy. You want to catch it? Good. Okay. Those are training treats, and so you only want something tiny, and I think that's what they want at the shelter. Little bitty things, one at a time. But the dog loves them.
All right, that makes sense.
So again, just to reiterate, we will have easels out tomorrow that will have all the information. So you have the weekend, you can gather things. We want to give residents time to collect things. It will actually start, the first one will start in Town Center on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Village Square,
And this is
Thursday,
next week.
Hunter's Crossing, 11 to 1. So we hope to collect and fill up our shopping carts.
One thing we didn't mention: gift cards.
Oh, yes.
To pet stores.
That was
Yeah.
going to be my next question about cash or...
And checks, no cash, can't accept cash,
Oh,
but
all right.
checks made payable to Fairfax County Animal Shelter, and this will be on our posters to
All
trust
right,
funds.
that's an excellent idea. And you're also suggesting gift cards to...
Target, let's see, any pet store. There's PetSmart is one of the closest ones. Target, Best Buy, Walmart, no cash.
All right. All right. I would think cash donations indirectly through checks or cards would be most welcome.
Sure, absolutely, and that may be the easiest thing for people to do. So.
How long has that shelter been around? Is it
Wow.
a long time?
I have no idea. I would imagine a very
I'm
long
not
time.
sure, but I know that it wins a lot of awards for the treatment of the animals there.
Is it a no-kill?
I don't know that much about it.
Actually, what I read is they don't call themselves no-kill because of the high volume, but they do everything possible to not make that choice, and they don't like to euthanize animals there. They actually prefer, take it to your veterinarian. So you can go on their website and read. There's actually in their FAQs they answer some of those questions. But from what I read, they highly discourage, or they don't want to do that. So this is the last resort.
Okay.
So
Well, there are times when it's necessary.
they get a high volume of animals there too.
I'm sure. Oh my goodness.
Is there a substantial feral cat population in Fairfax County?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, according to the site, there's a difference between a stray cat and a feral cat.
Yes, there is.
A stray
That's right.
cat will warm up to humans and is comfortable around humans, whereas a feral cat
Will
isn't.
not.
And I don't think they take feral cats.
No, I don't. I don't think any shelter does.
Yeah.
I know in Alexandria we had a huge feral cat population, and they kept the rat population, the rodent population down.
That's interesting.
Then there was a rabies epidemic in the feral cat population, which was really tragic. They had to round them all up, and the rodent population just exploded.
Oh my gosh.
So they really do provide a service.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was. Well, folks, I see we're down to our last minute here. Is there anything you'd like to leave us with? Encouraging folks to make donations next week.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
watch for us.
I would like to thank Adrian Cannon and the Dogs of Green Spring who approached me with promoting this, because I think it's a great cause, and I know our residents love animals, so I'm expecting a lot of collections.
All right. Well, we'll certainly encourage people. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday
Yes.
of next week, 11 to 1 in one of the three lobbies. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming in, the two of you.
Thank you, Marcia.
And Ben, you as well.
He's very relaxed right now.
I can see that he is. He was a lovely guest. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'll have some announcements.